Hello, good afternoon, everybody. How are we doing? How's things? Put my fan on because I don't want to open my window because someone is doing construction work outside. How are we doing, everybody? Hello, Hope. Hello, Core. Hello, Zombie. Wow. How are we all? We all good? Let's put some music on. Went to Mars. How was it? How was it? I haven't played Minecraft for like a full week. It was pretty empty. That's the thing that always gets me with these mods that are like, oh, you can go to X place, and I'm like, okay, why? What's there? Be easy to find diamond, interestingly. I suppose that's something. That's something. It'd be nice if there was a way to find netherite more easier, since netherite is like the new end game. Zooming out and looking at this in retrospect, I feel like the ears are actually too thin. Especially looking at the beanies that I have IRL. I think the ears are actually too thin. I think I spent a lot of time making them thinner and thinner, and then I think looking at it now in relation to like the thickness of like the wings and the tails of like, because it's meant to be fabric at the end of the day, so it's meant to be fabric, so it needs to be thicker. Which means I am going to delete the secondary ears because the secondary ears are just a copy of the first ones. So I'm going to modify the first ones. And then duplicate them. That's a beautiful tree. Hey, Core, did you hear about TCG Pocket drama? Bit of TCG Pocket drama for the morning. Did you hear about it? That's a bit better, I think. I'm tired of this whole you being late thing that keeps happening. You'll be married already. Look, I'm sorry that getting married takes up, like, 100% of my attention at the moment. Also, excuse you, this news is from today. It's from today. What do you mean being late? This news is from today. Good morning, Nan. I hope you're having a good Wednesday as well. Ooh, it's home early again. Although I've started late, so. What news? The new set, the Ho-Oh and Lugia set, the immersive art cards of Ho-Oh and Lugia have been temporarily removed because apparently the Ho-Oh one might be plagiarized. I didn't see them saying the same thing about the Lugia one, but they've removed both of them. Yeah, apparently the art from the Ho-Oh card might be plagiarized. So they've removed them. If you pull the card, it's just a blank frame, which is very funny. But the immersive animation plays, so the immersive happens, and you go into a blank image. Your screen goes black for a bit, and then you pop back out again. It's kind of funny. So you can still get the card, but the artwork is not there. It's traced. It's very obviously traced. Hang on, I can literally show you guys who are wondering what we're talking about. There you go. So this mostly talks about the Ho-Oh one, but there you go. That's the Ho-Oh immersive art, and that's the artist's original art. A different artist. Like, that's all that's left. This is not the article I was looking at earlier. God damn it. The article I was looking at earlier had, like, a slider transition between the two, and you could, like, see the difference between them. So yeah, I don't actually know. I haven't had time to look it up, but I'm assuming they pulled the Lugia one as well because they're maybe by the same artist, because that would like kind of make sense to do the two cards, the Ho-Oh and the Lugia, by the same artist. So I haven't seen. It's not traced. It's super surprised. It's very clearly traced. Again, I'm trying to find the article I was reading earlier, which I now can't find. Which literally like had the two artworks phasing in and out of each other. Yeah. So yeah, bit of drama. The image in question of Ho-Oh is featured in both cards, so that's why the Lugia card has been pulled. So the Lugia itself, no one is saying that is plagiarized, but apparently the Ho-Oh appears in the Lugia card. There's a clearer look. There's the original art, there's the Ho-Oh EX, and there it is, kind of like silhouetted over the top. It's 1-to-1. It's 1-to-1. Like, yeah, it's one. It perfectly matches. I've seen something where a game called out for stealing character design by an artist, and it turned out the artist lied. Oh my god. Yeah, this is the original art. It don't want to do it. Yeah, the original art. This is the original art by the artist that was posted several years ago, by the looks of it. Several years ago. This is the original art. Yeah. And that artwork was to go alongside this figurine. So I don't think that artist is lying, because this is a physical thing that exists. Apparently the original artwork was done as like box artwork for this figurine. Which obviously you can kind of you can very much see. You can very much see. So, yeah. I'm 99% on board it's traced, and I'm leaving the 1% open just in case. Of like, this is the thing of like, it's okay to reference things, but because it is so one-to-one, it's the likelihood of it being traced is high. But it's one of those things where it's like, if you're going to reference, if it is just referenced, if you're going to reference something that closely, like, goddamn, you need to add your own flair to it. That's the point of reference. Hello. I love you. Muting microphone while I talk to Spook. So yeah, so drama. So who knows what's going to come of that? I imagine, because I think quite a lot with TCG, not just TCG Pocket, but the TCG in general. The Pokemon company actually only has a handful of in-house artists, which generally do all the official concept art for like games and stuff. And a lot of TCG art is outsourced to artists. So they will like hire or do a commission basically of like, oh, we'll pay you X amount to just do a card illustration. So they may well do some sort of legal dispute with whoever that artist was to be like, hey, we paid you to produce art and you didn't, you stole art. More on the pile of Nintendo Pokemon coming apart. In this, I would say in their defense, they can't check every single individual piece of artwork. The fault on this, unless something comes out saying otherwise, the fault in this lies in the artist for plagiarizing. Right. Were there any other things I was going to add to this? I'm not sure there was. Maybe backspikes, if we're appealing to, like, the dragon people? I don't know. Also, I think we might be going into blend shape territory, and I also think that this nose is actually kind of long. Because we want the nose to be, like, in the middle ground, essentially, between the three shapes. So if this is the nose long, we want the average nose length to be about there, so you can go either even shorter, or you can go long. We don't want to be long and scrunching up super short. We want to go somewhere in the middle on our blend shape. Dragon people, boo, he hates them. Who would want to be dragon anyway? I know, imagine. I like dragons a lot. I said this, it's a funny thing, I said to Spook when we were at Confuzzled, but obviously the topic would come up, of, if money wasn't an option, if given a choice to get like a fursuit/fursuit head, I don't know if I would go for any of my current existing characters. I would consider like getting a new character, and I was like, I'd probably go for like maybe a dragon or a bird and not a canine. Because the thing is that if I was gonna get a fursuit of blue, I'd want a full fursuit, and I know myself well enough to know that I probably could not wear a full suit. We've talked about this before about how my body management, my temperature is just bleh. So it would be a partial, and that's the thing of like all of my pre-existing characters, I have like their whole body designed, so I would just want their whole body instead of a partial, whereas logistically the best kind of suit for me would be a partial suit, so I'd probably get a new character for the partial. Bless the rain. I think part of me also had like rationale that because I was like, realistically, the only way I'm going to get a fursuit is probably to get a pre-made rather than a custom one. And when you're getting a pre-made, you don't really have a say over what the design is. I might add another loop to the snout for giving us more wiggle room for shaping. Cute. I feel like a blue shirt and jeans along with feet and hands could work for you. Maybe a small fan in the head for airflow reasons. I wouldn't even wear jeans. Jeans are awful for heat circulation. They're really thick material. I wouldn't wear jeans. I'd go for like a cotton trousers. Or linen. Jeans are awful for heat. Maybe a set of suspenders to hold the wings so they'd have to be reduced in size. And that's the thing as well, of just like, blue's meant to have big wings. I feel like blue just logistically wouldn't work very well for me personally as a suit. But I've seen some very pretty birds, and I've seen a few dragons, but it is predominantly canines that you see. There are several dragons out there, but I've seen some very nice bird fursuits that have caught my eye. I was thinking blue pants and jeans was the first thing that popped up. Fair enough. I get what you're saying. I think I'm going to increment, and we're going to be going into blend shape territory. Three. Blend shapes. Caps lock on again. Oh, in order to do blend shapes, I have to apply my mirror modifier. So let me make sure this is clean all the way through. Does look like it. So hang on, let me save as parts, and then save as, we'll do a new number 3. Apply mirror. Save. Apply mirror. We'll just apply the mirror to everything. Apply. Make sure it all looks good. Apply. Right, the short tail. I was debating putting a tuft on the end, and I'm wondering, and I feel like maybe the tuft could be a blend shape, not a you know, something else. So I might actually, we're gonna hold that thought. Hang on, start over. Don't save. Hang on, start over. Number 2, parts. Go back to that. Delete both of those, start over. So yeah, I just remembered. So this tail, I want to put a tuft on the end so it can be like a lion's tail. Because I have a lion Beanie Baby, and he has a little tuft on the end. And a mane. You could make a mane, actually. That would be an additional item. Okay, so while I'm not really doing blend shapes right now, I am going to need extra geometry here to make a tail tuft. Yeah, hopefully that's going to be enough to basically just do that, essentially. Save that. And because I remembered, we are going to do another add. Excuse me. Add a mirror modifier. face. Alright, what is the best way for me to go about this? Hello, Raz. What? Fixing your posture. Thank you very much. How you doing? How's your day going? Same old, same old. Fair enough. Fair enough. Cheese! Cheese for everyone! Just going to subdivide a few times as a place to start. Because I don't know what to do with this one. Gosh, like a FNAF jump scare. I just had the thought of, should I add in like a hair poof thing? Because a lot of people will have that on their Sonas, but they just don't have those on Beanie Babies, so I feel like we're starting to stray too far from the source material if I do that, you know? Oh god, this doesn't look like anything at the moment. You know what? I did this a stupid way. Feel weird singing along. Nah, you're fine. The last song. If you change your mind about respect to me, then you can get to know me. I don't think it's that weird a message. I don't think it's that weird a message. Because the song as a whole, because it says I don't need you to respect me. So it's about that kind of self-confidence of like I don't need I am confident enough in myself that I don't need your validation. But if you change your mind, it's like okay, but even if you've decided that you don't like me for whatever reason, that's fine. However, if you're willing to give me a chance, I'm willing to give you a chance. I think is what is meant to be trying to communicate. This was a better way of doing it. It just kind of felt the opposite, which is weird. I think that's what happens when you look at things individually, and quite often with a lot of songs, you have to look at them as a whole. If you pick things apart individually, they won't make sense. But when you look at the song as a whole, it's a bit better. Especially as well with music as well, some things like people love to take lyrics out of context. I mean, look at that one Christmas song, I Really Can't Stay, where people look at the lyrics and they're like, bro, stop being weird and let her go home. And it's like, no, the point of the song is that she doesn't want to leave. That's the whole point. It's tongue in cheek. Because Critical thinking is hard. I just thought of like a social media thing I could post just to like annoy people of like the clickbaity thing, which is literally just to go "fuck you" plays Christmas music in July, just so I get people going no. How could you? Okay. Post it August 1st. That's all it is. The tweet is literally "fuck you" and then a link to YouTube Mariah Carey. That's all it is. Yeah, just take the song in the context of the time, not today's context. Yeah, exactly. Because at the time, it was considered improper for a lady to stay late at a gentleman's house. It was considered improper. So she's like, no, oh no, I couldn't possibly. What will the neighbours say? The scandal. It looks like he's wearing like a silly hat. You know, like those froggy hats. Oh my god. That's what it looks like. I mean, yeah, it's got like a texture to it, but I'm not going to be modelling individual curls into the mane. I try to texture it as best I can. This can go like a little further back. Jesus, okay. Something got selected when it shouldn't have. He looks like he's wearing a hat. Like that cat, yeah. Someone bought the rings! Yay! Someone bought the rings! That's the first one. That invoice don't look right. Hang on, I'm gonna have to check that. That invoice doesn't look right. My new goal is to find a glam for my Astro. Hey, nice. Curls can definitely help you with that. I'm sure she knows a lot of different glams. Create a dashboard. Yeah, okay. It's fine. Okay, the invoice was displaying weird, but on the dashboard, it's fine. Hmm. Okay. I'm like, I can use the Odin set for now. Fair enough. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm sure it looks lovely. What? It's castery and black and gold, so it fits. That does sound nice. Gold does suit astrologian, because celestial bodies and all that. Let's. Okay, I was going to clear those seams, but actually I'll do that in a sec. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's not as flamboyant as I can see Astra being. Maybe flamboyant isn't the correct word. I get what you mean, because Red Mage is flamboyant. I wouldn't say that Astra was flamboyant, but like. They deserve a lot of glitter. And a lot of jewellery. Ghost was having an event. Another one? What's happening at the moment? Something of the Wind. Oh, the Festival of the Four Winds. It's that time already? I feel like we just had Dragon Bash. It's Festival of Four Winds time already? Oh yeah. Dragon Bash, early to late June. Festival of the Four Winds, late July, early August. Yeah. It's time for the Festival of Four Winds. Damn. Well, before you know it, it'll be Halloween time. I read that as Drackle Oak and I thought it was a kind of tree. Drackle Oak? Great name. Drackle Oak. Purposely pronouncing names wrong. I wonder if there's anything, anything remarkable, for it. It's not technically been announced yet, though. It's not on Guild Wars' actual page, I should say. It is time for it to start. But weirdly, they've not mentioned it. Because they're just promoting the new expansion. Which makes sense. Oh, big yawns. Somna music. Ah, there it is. Oh yeah, they did pronounce it. They announced it on the Twitter. Yeah, returns August 5th. New rewards and more. But what rewards? You didn't say. Let's keep an eye on it. I imagine they'll soon. Like with the last two, they'll probably be like, "Hey, we've got this new thing that you can get." See, now I just want more like animal cosmetics because we've got the dragon head and the snake tail and the bird head. So I'm like, more, more, please, because it's silly and fun to have stuff that changes essentially what race you are. But no indication yet. There's a fishing tournament. There's a fishing. How to get Blue to play Guild Wars, give her animal bits to wear. Hey, it's actually not that hard to get me to play Guild Wars, okay? You know, I think that's pretty clear. It's not that hard to get me to play Guild Wars. But there's a fishing tournament. There's a fishing tournament. Fishing tournament where the goal is to catch the most fish of the highest quality. Only available to players with End of Dragons expansion and fishing unlock. Starts on a timer. Seen when shown. Guild Wars fishing. Guild Wars fishing. My fishing skill isn't actually that high because I've not leveled the mastery. Yeah. Because interestingly, there isn't really many ways to increase your fishing power other than your bait. Because there are no better rods. There's just the basic rod, because obviously all of the stuff on the shop is cosmetic, but even just through like quests, there isn't like a quest that gives you a better rod as far as I'm aware. And like a lot like other games, there's also certain food that apparently can increase your fishing power, which I've never looked into, even though I am culinarian, because I maxed out culinarian before fishing existed. But I have maxed out culinarian, so I imagine, funnily enough, that the key ingredients are probably fish. The lore I have gives you like 100. I think I've got a 75. Yeah. So there isn't a better rod, but there is a good lore that you can buy, which I believe is literally the infinite fish, which is the infinite lore, because the other lore can run out. Yeah, there's the wooden lore, which is 50, the antique lore, which is 75. There's an amber and a jade lore, which are both 100. But all four of those run out. But off the shop, there's the infinite lore, which is also 100. So it's not better, but it doesn't run out. Talking FF, not Guild Wars. I'm talking Guild Wars still. How dare you change the topic? It's on the gem store, unsurprisingly. Did you see that I put Guild Wars gems on my throne? Mostly there as a joke. Yeah, it's all fish. Following nourishments can be obtained: whitefish sushi, yellowfish sushi, orange sushi, just fish stew, hot pot, jade sea bounty, fish pancakes. So yeah, there's a bunch of fish food made out of fish that you can eat to also increase your fishing power. And there's literally a mastery called Fishing on a Full Tank, which is you gain a plus 100 to fishing power while nourished. So that would stack a lot. So you get 150 from eating fish food, but then if you are also full, you gain another 100 on top of that. So you get 120 just from eating fish food if you have the mastery. That's neat. Learning things about Guild Wars fishing. You mentioned culinarian, so I assumed FF for a sec. Guild Wars also has cooking! I didn't say. Also, in my defense, I didn't mention the word culinarian once. I said cooking and chef. I didn't say the word culinarian once. That's what it's called in FF. Damn, they literally have a chart of like what we recommend your fishing power to be in various areas, and it's like it escalates so quickly. It literally goes 0, 0, 50, and then before you know it, it's like you need to be fishing power 500 really to be fishing in this zone. I'm like 500. Bloody hell. It all comes back to fishing. I need to close this window about Guild Wars fishing. You did. You said culinarian. I choose to doubt. I choose to doubt. The camera. Where am I? I'm over here. Okay. I can't be asked to go back and prove it, so I guess you win this one. Yay! Laziness wins! Kind of want this to come down because the mane will be like would like obscure the neck basically. You would lose a lot of your neck definition because of the mane. Delete that one. That one was garbage. I'm somewhat upset at FF. Why? What's it done now? Okay, looking at my lion Beanie Baby, this needs to come back a little bit. It's because the second ear is putting me off. That's why. I've just realised that the second ear is putting me off. I'm going to put an incision here because I could do with it on. you got a shiny Durant. Nice. I spent 2 hours chasing a Lala to unlock a raid. Really? Man. Whoa. I just realised I can open the window because the construction noises have stopped. Excuse me. It looks kind of silly. It do be looking kind of silly. It do be looking very silly. I don't even know if those UVs are any good. Ooh, we're all the way up here. Oh. That's not awful. That's not awful. Okay. And I got the extra geometry on there. Okay, now I'm actually going to do blend shapes, which was what I was going to do at the start. I want to listen to value again. That's not displaying the correct thing anyway. You can use a bottle cap to max out your VVs if you're having trouble. That's IVs, you heathen. Get it right. I just realised that the music must have been doubled the entire time and none of you told me. You little shits. I don't notice it sounded fine to me. I think I'm being too fiddly with this, considering it's meant to be a little accessory. It's not an actual avatar. I'm probably being a bit too picky. Speaking of demon slaying pop stars, I mean, no one said anything about demon slaying pop stars. FF102 did it first. I've not played FF10, so I can't comment. I thought you put a track from the K-pop Demon Slayer show. It's a film. My mistake. Nah. This is Value's cameo at Ferality Somna during Low Prof set. Because apparently I really like Value's mixes, because I also really liked what Value did at Umbra, which I'll probably play after this. This is the meme segment. Hey, Hope. You alright? Na 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 na. There's this channel called Silver Gunner who posts memes of game soundtracks with the title of the OST without telling it to me. Right, that's annoying. It says Metal Crusher, but it's a meme mashup. Oh. FX surprisingly follows after F10, but the cast of characters are the two girls from 10 and New Girl. It's kind of a bodyguard. What I'm learning these days is there aren't necessarily any. When it comes to FF, there aren't any that are especially bad, because it just depends on what kind of gamer you are. Like, I remember back in the day, people didn't like 13, but these days I have actually heard people being like, you know what, I liked 13. And I'm like, huh, interesting. And then the best bit of the song. try to make yourself remember. Darling, don't look for me, I'm just a story you've been told. So let's pretend a little longer, 'cause when we're gone, everything goes on. You're staring out the window, and I said I wanna take you to the sea. When I'm better, we'll do everything. Gotta start making promises I can't keep. I'm just a shadow of the things I like. Is everybody living a dreamland? The dreamland's all that we know. Tell me I'll be a better man. Cause a wasteland ain't home. I'm only supposed to find my way. I'm searching the universe for something I can do. We were standing under the night sky, shining up above the world so high. You took my hand and told me you'll be okay. You were there by my side, next to me. You were always there for me. You weren't suffering anymore. You said I'm sorry that you worry, but don't apologize. I told you to forget me, but you stay by my side. And we have may only be temporary. Calling, I just can't stop, I'm sorry. I can feel a new day, don't I burn out. I shouldn't do this to myself. But sincerely, can't you feel what I'm feeling? I can see myself so clear, burn out. I shouldn't do this to myself. I guess I get to start on that glam earlier than expected. Oh, really? Well, did you find a piece that you liked? Work send me home early. Oh, nice. Always fun. Wow. That's been my on repeat. It's only like, what, a 15-minute segment? That's been my on repeat for ages. This is the one from last year. But last year, Value had a full set. So the thing that we just listened to was a cameo in someone else's set that they did for 15 minutes. This is Value's full set. Same person, but different DJ set. I only get paid for 4 hours, so that sucks. That sucks. If Spook gets sent home early, he still gets paid his full shift. So they don't send him early very often. Okay, we added the main. I feel like the main is going to be hit and miss until we get the texture put on it. And I've added the extra geometry here. I don't really know what else to be adding outside of that. Telephone. My contract says they have to keep me for at least 4 hours on any scheduled day. I see. I don't know the intricacies of Spook's contract. Maybe that was quite a punch. Can somebody check my pulse? It's been a minute since I tasted blood. I forgot how good this was. Oh, honey, it's a fucked up world. Can't you see the fun in this? Somebody better hold me back. My God, just do it. I'm so done thinking through it. 'Cause I got bruises doing something stupid. Okay, face orientation is still good. The thing is, like, I've listened to this set so much that I can semi judge time by it. It's nearly an hour long, give or take like a minute or two. So like listening to this will take me through to end of stream. Halfway through this will be at like the end of stream. I'll probably run a little bit longer because I started late. Okay, we're going to attempt what I was going to do earlier. So we're going to save this and increment it. I'm going to apply mirror. It sucks because we're really slow at the moment. I have some fun stash, but it's going to suck if it goes on too long. Oof, that does suck. That does suck. Yeah, it's really quiet for Spook as well, because the place he works, they do stock other things, but one of the things that they do sort of ship out to is school food, and the schools are on holiday, so that's like really cut how much work there is to do, which is probably why he keeps coming home early. Can I apply the mirror modifier on all of these at once? No, that's annoying. Did the server crash? I don't know. This is the first time hearing of it. What happened? What happened? It wasn't me. Cool. Secondary. Sometimes when the going gets tough, you gotta look at your hands beside you. Every now and then send a prayer up, 'cause the devil's 2 steps behind you. And thank your lucky stars, the trouble don't come and find you. There's only gonna be one standing when we're through. On a lonely road, you'll be found. Look what you made me do. What you made me do. You don't give me Zeppelin, so I can't crash the server. Good. Apparently, the person that made that mod has a ground vehicle based one. One of the vehicles is a digger machine. Jesus. Because the Cobblemon server that we had last time had a car mod, didn't it? And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me howling. I think that's everything. That's everything mirrored applied. Like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. I'm also going to do this because it's tedious, but I need to do it. Which is name all of the actual, like, mesh bits. Yep, Megalovania. Return of the Chair. If you're going to try to escape Megalovania, you're not going to have a good time. One of Bard's sub-goals for their subathon was to fight Satins, and they did it, and they beat them. They did it yesterday. I'm not sure how many attempts it took, but I think it took them over an hour, but I'm not sure if it quite was 2 hours. It might have been, I don't know, I'm not very good at judging time, but they were attempting it when I went to go make dinner, and when I had come back after finishing dinner, I just caught them beating Sans. So, very good. Not something I've ever done. I've never actually beaten Sans myself. My price, but learnt no lessons. I've done a lot of Megalovania memes in the past. It's what I posted to my YouTube channel. Ah, so you're very familiar with it then. I was just nosing up here. I was looking at all the Jex stuff because the Jex is like probably what I'm going to be, the example I'm probably going to be following in terms of like the Unity setup. Because the Jex is all in parts. Jex is getting an update, apparently. I don't know if it's going to be soon, but it's getting an update, and that's making me want to revisit my Jex, because I like the Jex base. I was thinking that, because I've made my Jex base look like blue as she is, not like typical Jex colouring, and I was thinking I might make a version that actually does use Jex patterning. Because that's part of what I really like about Jexes, is their patterning is very pretty. You take a bullet for me. Oops. So the armature has the bones for everything, but not the meshes. And to my surprise, I can finally breathe. Whoa. It's a real thin line between wasting time and getting some peace on. I can send one. Oh yeah, feel free. I keep wondering why I'm here. Undertale, but there's no D notes? Oh my god. That's so dumb! I love it! That's so dumb, that's wonderful. And a tail. So that's interesting. The hair rig is part of the main body, but the tail isn't. The tail is its own separate rig. Interesting. Interesting. That's giving me something to think about. Yeah, there's all the bones, and it's got all the ears, and this is the hair, but there's no tail. So even though you can swap out hair meshes, the bones are part of the main rig, but you can swap out tails, and the tails aren't part of the main rig. That's interesting. Also, wow, that thumb. Though I think that's because leaf bones have been added. Interesting. Interesting to look at these things and just have a little think about how other people make stuff. Okay, so anyway, save. All our mirror modifiers have been applied. Number 4, blend shapes. Basis. Basis. Okay, so wings I don't think are going to have blend shapes. Not going to change the shape of them. People can make them bigger, but that's just going to be scaling in Unity. But I don't think I'm going to make blend shapes for them, so we're going to remove those. Same with some of these tails. For some of these, we are not going to include blend shapes to make them bigger. That one is going to have a blend shape. Okay, this one is not going to have a blend shape. This fella is going to have a blend shape. Right, and this always takes me a hot minute to actually get to grips with. There we go. Don't know how to keep your business clean. Okay, that isn't mirroring. That's going to be slightly irritating. Take me out of it. Take me out of here. Take me out of it. Take me out of here. Is that good enough, or is that actually kind of little? I don't know if that's actually kind of little in relation to it. We fall through. We fall through. And we fall through. Okay, I think I prefer that. Tip tuft. There we go. Alright, worry keeps you up all night. Right, whiskers are one of those ones that are going to have a hide blend shape. I don't know. Okay, cursor to selected. And then we do this. And then we do selected to cursor. I have not got a blend shape active for this. There we go. 'Cause ain't much matter that much I found. I'm the dude with the don't care crown, and I ain't gonna be taken down. So cursor to selected, L, and then selection to cursor. And do the same on this side. Cursor to selected, select all of them, selection to cursor. Cursor to selected, select all of them, and do selection to cursor. There we go. Cursor to origin. Hide. Whisker. Whisker. Hide. Something's waiting for me. I will never die. Let's put that back. You're done. Oh, big stretch. Right, I am going to do a blend shape to hide eyes. Probably won't see a lot of use, but I'm going to make it. Eye hide, set that value to 1. Cursor to selected. There we go. Blend shape to hide the eyes. Niche, but the option is there. No one seems to understand. Right. Okay, let's put base on nose, base on body. We're going to do a base on... Nope, I made a vertex group there, not a shaky. Base on ear 1 and basis on ear 2. Okay, so we're going to do short snoot. Short. Make sure both of those are the same. They are. Set you to 1. Set you to 1. In theory, I should be able to edit these both at the same time. Jeremy down with the side eye. Learn me with a good time. Hello, Cookie. Thank you for the water. How's your day going? Just going to make a couple of cables. Make a couple of cables? Interesting. What for? Okay, so that's the snoot made really short. Never get of it. Long snoot. Long snoot. No space. Adding XLR to RCA cable adapter. Oh, okay. I think I know what XLR is, but I don't know what RCA is. But that's audio, something audio based, then, isn't it? Right. Okay, so that's set to 1. That is also set to 1, so we select both of them. We still have that selection, well, selected, and then we're going to pull it outwards. There we go. So there's the long. I'm probably not going to go any longer than that because that already looks kind of meme length, frankly. No way to win. Okay, I'm going to do some wideness ones as well. So we're going to do narrow snoot. Narrow snoot. I just want your love. From you. That's your kind of like mouse snoot, basically. And then if you combine that with like a bit of length, you could get something slightly foxy. Must be out of your mind. Calling me up on the phone line. Why you calling on my phone line? Wide snoot. I'm about to leave you on silence. You can't have my love, you already have enough love. You have 16 wives and a husband. I'm very loved. I always feel very loved. Right, wide snoot set to 1. Wide snoot set to 1. It kind of feels like more bear-shaped when it's really wide like that. Value soft. It's like gold dust, you hear me coming through your speakers. You see me mashing up your airwaves. I know you can't get enough of my sound. It's like gold dust, you hear me coming through your speakers. You see me mashing up your airwaves. I know you can't get enough of my sound. It's like gold dust, you hear me coming through your speakers. You see me mashing up your airwaves. I know you can't get enough of my sound. Okay, so I've done face ones. I don't know if I want to do body ones. there's not a lot of variance in the shape, but I guess I'll do them just for, like, I suppose marketability more than anything, of like, hey, you can have different shapes. Body narrow. So we'll make them narrower. Oh wait, I didn't have the... Didn't have the blend shape active while I was doing that. First one success, nice. Very nice. There you go, body narrow needs to be on when I edit it. I like the next bit that's coming up. Set that to 1. Turning it up. RCA is a pro audio connection table. My amp only has RCA, which is the same signal, but RCA is balanced, which makes it better for long distance connections. Oh, okay. There you go. Make him a little bit on the chunky side. Make a little more chunkier boy. Watching wild skies. Put my pictures up, not as good as the real thing. I wish I could go home. You're just nostalgic. What do we wonder for? Notice it now. I want you to find me. Watch the water unfold. It's a feeling I want you to know. 'Cause I'm not the same as I was. There's a shoulder the weight of the world. You see how you've grown. Don't be sorry now. XLR is the balanced one. Oh, okay. Missed you back then. To be here with me. Watch the water unfold. Feeling I want you to know. I'm not the same as I was. You go him a little chunky now, and then you can make them regular. You can make them thinner if you really want to. Okay. Okay, I feel like main is going to be. I'll put a blend shape in to hide it, but I feel like it's probably going to be just remove it. The same as I was. Oh, there's a split in there. Cause I'm not the same as I was. As I shoulder the weight of the world. Selection to cursor. There you go, that's the end of the set that Value did for Somna. And I love it. I think it's great. I listen to it all the time. That end is so good. Somebody in the neighborhood is getting ready for Halloween. They got a giant skelly in their front yard. Hey, when you make a purchase like that, you want to get your money's worth. You know? You want to get your money's worth. It's a little too early, so they've just been shorter than Bullet Tube. I love that. That's great. I love that. Wonderful. Again, you want to get your money's worth. Okay, I mean, that does feel like a good place to end, frankly. Ah. I said to Spook earlier, excuse me. The reason stream was late was I was having a family call, obviously talking about things, which cut into like everything. So I had lunch late and I didn't get to go for my walk. So I want to go walk, and the sun is actually out at the moment, so it might be a nice time to go for a walk. Actually. So yeah. Especially because Spook is going to want his dinner as well. So I don't want to be running... Even though I wanted to make up a little bit of the time I lost, I don't want to run stream too late, because I will have an angry Spook who will come in and go, "Where's my food?" And I'll be like, "Oh, but I want to go walk now." I like walking before eating, because I feel like it gives me a bit more of an appetite. Where I'm like... Because at the moment I'm like, I'm not actually that hungry, so like I want to go walk, and in the hopes that it might give me more of an appetite for dinner. Which is the same reason that I like to walk before my lunch, because it gives me a bit more of an appetite for lunch. No, I don't want it to do that. There's just like a line there, and I kind of wish it wasn't there, but I can't seem to get it to change just that bit. And I think it's due to like the face being quite a little bit warped. Yeah, that's why. That's why it's doing that. The face is warped a little bit. I think I'm going to need to do a cut to kind of fix that warping. Yeah, that fixes it. Okay. Well, catch you later then. Probably. Ooh, it's getting warm all of a sudden. Oh, right, the sun's out, and of course it's past 4 o'clock, so the sun is on this side of the house, so this room is getting rapidly warmer. Okay. Let me come over to full face. My Stream Deck really feels like just flipping a coin about whether it wants to work sometimes. I don't know why, it's up to date. No, that didn't work that time apparently. There we go, works this time. I might fill up my tub and become soup. Make a soup. Make a soup. Or would it be a cold tub because you've been quite warm lately, so there would be a gazpacho? It's a gazpacho. There's an ad inbound. I'm going to snooze that because I'm about to end. Gazpacho. Let me make sure this is all saved. Right. I think then the next thing I'm going to want to do on this is some blend shapes on the ears to give different ear shapes to help with like different creatures. And then I might do some UVing and see how we look. Although this, I'm not going to be continuing. In fact, this is the last we're going to see of this project for a while, because on Friday, I'm going to start clip collecting so that I can give those clips to my glamorous assistant, who very kindly is going to be making the highlights video for me, so that that can happen while I'm getting married. There's only a few streams left now. I hadn't thought about that. But tomorrow, Friday, and then I'm probably not going to do a Sunday again. So there's only a few left. Speaking of glamorous assistant, here they are. So yeah, that's what I'm doing on Friday. On Friday, I'm going to be gathering clips for the video. So get your clips in. And yeah, right. Let me go look for someone to raid. I feel like I've not raided for a while. Is there anybody I want to raid is the question. Because even though there's always people live, sometimes I just don't want to raid some of them. Excuse me. Calamity is live. There we go. Haven't seen them in ages. Start raid. There we go. Right, usual, I don't know what the raid message is, which is just scream. Ah! That is our I don't know what the raid message is, so go at Calamity, go say hi to the friend. And I need to go to the bathroom, and I'm going to go for my walk and sort out food. So I'll see you guys around. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Final Fantasy. Because that's a thing that's happening. So I'll see you there for that. Enjoy me while I'm here, guys. I'm going to be gone next week. I feel like that's not been, like, solidified. I'm not going to be streaming next week. I got to remember to put Twitch in holiday mode in the hopes it doesn't destroy my analytics. Right. I'll see you around. Have a good day, whatever it is you get up to, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!